2023 is turning out to be quite the year for us JRPG fans, with the recently announced Super Mario RPG Remake at Nintendo Direct, as well as Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes coming out later this year, and the Genzo Suikoden HD Remake also coming out later this year. As well as that, I made many friends in the JRPG community, especially on the Figuring It Out game show where we got to see the real lads behind the content creator. So guys, I thought now would be a great opportunity to talk about my 10 favourite JRPGs of all time. They influenced my life like you would not believe. They were so fun, so many memories, and even making this video, my goodness, reminiscing of the good times. Here we go, number 10. Could it be? In 10th place we have Persona 5. This global phenomenon broke all JRPG boundaries. It hit mainstream Japan. Everyone knows about Persona 5, whether you're a gamer or not. It was based inside of Tokyo. You see the famous Shibuya crossing and all of the little niche things that you can find in Tokyo, Japan itself. Absolutely immersive environment, larger than life characters. This was my second Persona game after Persona 3. And lads, the cast of characters, wow, amazing cast of characters. Let's start with the party members. Joker, he is full of spunky, quirky action. He's a phantom thief, look him traversing all of those beams as well. In battle, he's got his quirkiness, he's got a bit of attitude, personality. He's a silent protagonist as well, but my goodness, wielding a gun, going all out, smacking your treasure demons, whatever. Look at that mask, I like that as well, full of pizzazz. And let's talk about the ladies. Your boy Sai loves the ladies, and the dating options here are no different. I mean, you can keep Futaba and Haru, we don't need them, but the rest, wowzers, a bit of everything for everyone. I'm a chess fanatic myself. Tai Takemi can inject me anytime, but you got your strong-headed Makoto little sister, Oya, media chick, and Kawakimi, homeroom teacher turned maid or something. Hand's not bad. And speaking on characters, Kamoshida, grrr, he incites you with hatred, absolutely furious at this guy. Why is Anne touching him like that? Anne should be touching me. Wait a minute. No, he is absolute dodgy, filthy school teacher material. It's reality, it's infuriating, it's sad, it's nasty. Kicking his ass is an absolute pleasure. So overall with Persona 5, I mean the story was decent, the character's amazing, but the music is absolutely outstanding. Funky jazz hits, you can play it in your car and it will absolutely fill you with memories for days. Overall the game was fantastic, top 10, well deserved, Persona 5. And as a bonus, they make really cool merch. Kawakimi, Tai Takemi and Takamaki, look at that. Put a link in the description below for the unboxing of these 3 figurines, they were fantastic, highly rated. And just before we continue, my JRPG era has begun. I've been collecting Weeb merch non-stop this whole year. Look at this Tales of Berseria Velvet Crow 1/8 scale figure by Kotobukiya. What a beauty. As well as this massive Aerith War Scroll from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Look at that. My next video is going to be on my favourite top 10 underrated JRPGs. Comment below if you think you know what they are, in order. The closest will win the Aerith War Scroll. And I'll announce the competition for the Velvet Crow figure in my Discord, link in the description below. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to keep up to date on latest giveaways. In 9th place, hahahaha. Perhaps unforgivably, I actually skipped Final Fantasy IX because the graphics just didn't appeal to me. I'll get back to it one day, but when I saw the trailer for Final Fantasy X, a reality, Besaid, Aurochs, Blitzball, Tidus, Yuna on the waves, the song, the graphics, the visuals, PlayStation 2 at its finest. My goodness, I thought this is it. This is a fantasy. This may be the final fantasy. You've got Auron here, this stoic, badass guy with his gelled hair and glasses. Tidus, whichever it is, he looks like a proper protagonist because he's so unique. The shorts, one is longer than the other. He's so goofy. He's got the pendant as well. And what is up with all the gel in all these characters' hairs? But just from the visuals, it reminded me of a lot of things I really enjoyed from Final Fantasy. The romantic relationship part of Squall and Rinoa, a really colourful cast of characters akin to Final Fantasy VI, this kind of immersive archipelago, really kind of island theme with monsters and elements. This was more like Chrono Cross. I know a lot of you have mixed bag opinions on a lot of these games, but really, there was so much love here. The Aeons made an appearance. We got summoners here, Valafor, Yuna the Summoner on her pilgrimage. So many cultural elements here, chocobos, mogs, mini games, cactuars. There was so much to love about this game. It felt huge. The monster compendium, all the secret bosses, the secret dark Aeons, the weapon types you can have, the system in terms of battle turn-based. Everything that I enjoyed about Final Fantasy was presented in this game. And even though there were many quirks, let's say, to this game, it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. I played this around my cousin's house, I played it around my house. This band of Goombas walking around, not knowing where to go or what to do, watching her dance, watching her struggle. Seymour, a hugely underrated boss. There was so much to love about this game, and the fact that you got the spear grid, that you could customize your team as well to your liking. I love the customization options. Kimari was absolutely useless. He was so useless, Kimari. And Riku here was actually my first ever war scroll that I got at university, and now I've got 1 million of them. I sincerely hope you're enjoying this top 10 run through so far. Please remember to smash that subscribe button with the bell as well to be notified of all Miyazaki Man videos. On to number 8. I was but a sarcastic British teenager when I picked up Xenogears for the first time, and my mind was blown. I had no idea that such a complex, religious, over-the-top, in-depth technical marvel was at my hands. I just liked the robots, the choppy, press different buttons, different combos. It was amazing. But the music absolutely hit me for 10. The tracks, the emotion, the feelings you get from this game. Wow, what can you say? And the fact that the different gears could be upgraded into various different forms and formats reminded me so much of Gundam Wing, which I was enjoying at the time as well. Everyone who knows anything about Xenogears knows about the final disc and all the budget cuts and their rash story ending. However, in-depth memories and treasured scenes, moments in the game, the storyline and the characters, it was very mature based in a world where adventure, Mario, monsters, Pokemon, everything was all the rage. You got Faye, your martial artist who gives no crap and kicks some serious ass. Look at the world. The world was so glitchy and rocky and janky, but you can't help but love the different characters and all of their different mecha suits. And Yasunori Mitsuda, what a genius. From Chrono Cross to Xenogears, that soundtrack lasts a lifetime. The soundtrack actually probably elevates this a spot higher than it should have been. However, if they really did the final disc justice, this could have even been higher. It could have even been in the top 5. Alas, a remake will hopefully put Creed to that big sin. But yeah, the world, the characters, the music, the impact it had in your life, the memories, and Miang. Miang is everyone, and she's no one. She's your mum. Love me some Xenogears. By the way, funny story about Xenogears back in the day. My disc 2 was proper dodge, so I had to get a cracked PS1 to chip the disc 2 to get a proper playthrough. But I actually went to Great Yarmouth on the seaside, little bit of a cheap getaway on the beach, nice seashells, whatever, fish and chips. Big up the fish and chips, beef pies. Yeah, and then I actually saw a proper NTSC Xenogears in this game shop on the seaside, this random shop that had like 10 games in the store, and one of them was Xenogears, believe it or not. Amazing. I didn't buy it, I already had it. But yeah, great game, Xenogears. Happily number 8. Well deserved. And in number 7, the news of the Persona 3 remake was absolute music to my ears. This was my first Persona game. Looking at these trendy, cool characters like Mitsuru, Yukari. What a babe Yukari is, by the way. Her figurine, beautiful. Absolutely excellent imagery. The animation, the kind of mature themes, the dormitory, the gun to the head. I had no idea what was going on, and this is just the opening sequence. And when the main character protagonist, Bluehead Boyo, goes into the room, wow. Maturity, religious themes, the midnight hour, the monsters, the demons. This was quite scary as well. This was very mature, very scary. Lots of waifus in this, the dating simulator game. This might be the first game. Well, no, that's a lie. It's not the first dating simulator game, because As Your Dreams had a waifu mechanism as well, where you could get the girls on your team for God's selfie. Love me some selfie. But anyway, yeah, Persona 3. The action, the combat, the monsters, the compendium, the music, especially the music. I originally had the one with the remixed theme on it. I can't remember, was it a dodgy copy? Not sure. But the remixed themes I reckon are better than the original theme, so I hope that's an option in the upcoming remake. Akihiko, that punching butler hybrid smart dormitory posh boy, really, really cool. Loads of these characters are actually really cool. I think there was a dog as well. It was a simple story that was really easy to understand. Tartarus is actually like Dracula's castle, a bit vampiric, a bit gothic, a bit kind of like Necklord and Suikoden. The graphics very stylized, evoking your guns and your personas, kind of social aspects. Very, very enjoyable overall, and something that holds up well today. I know there's some backlash that the Fez version and the extra content wasn't included in the remake apparently. I know they're going to rinse us for the extra money, but who cares? It's a remake of Persona 3. It's going to be glorious Aegis. It's going to be upfront and detailed, as is Mitsuru. Everyone will know about the waifu that is Yukari. The figures are excellent. I want more Persona 3 merch. Got loads and loads of war scrolls. Overall, very, very happy, and it thoroughly deserves its place in my top 10. Next up is 6. With a gun to my head and the Persona 5 made in my bed. I'm going with Skies of Arcadia. For those of you that don't know, Skies of Arcadia was originally released on the Dreamcast on October 5th, 2000. It tells the story of a young sky pirate named Vice on his airship with his plucky young crew. Look at that ship soar into the sky. And what makes this game so memorable and heartwarming is the interaction between the three main characters: the Sky Pirate Vice, cocky, brash, arrogant and confident; Aika the tomboy, we just saw her lose the map; and Fina, oh, our ancient beautiful moon princess Fina. To my mind, the concept of exploring the skies, exploring space had never been done before, and look at these creative locations, these creative worlds you can explore with your skyship. Spoilers, not spoilers, you can traverse higher and lower than you could ever imagine throughout the duration of the story. Look at the various ships, the various colourful characters, all the themes akin to One Piece, the different pirate lords and commanders. Look at them gather, and the one-to-one ship duels were absolutely immense. You can equip your ship with different firing mechanisms that can fire in delayed turns, big bang, multiple fire salvo, blowing up the enemy ship. It was epic. So why does this game deserve a sequel beyond all other games? For its time, it was innovative, it was creative, it was colourful, full of witty banter, humour. The music was absolutely awesome. It borrowed from Genzo Suikoden the ability to make your own castle, base, your pirate base, recruiting shipmates and crew, the ability to upgrade your ship, use your ship in 1v1 duels. You could explore lands, seas, oceans, and Vice, come back, return, not just in Valkyria Chronicles, but in Skies of Arcadia too. Please make a sequel. Looking forward to it. Coming up at number 5. My introduction to the strategy RPG genre. Vandal Hearts was a tactical, bloody masterpiece with blood spurting absolutely everywhere. And the customization of the job system, the fact that each character has different pathways. For example, Diego, I call him Diego but actually I called him Daigo back in the day. Daigo could go into Hawk Knight flying in the air over terrain and to reach the enemy super quick, or get those hidden keys to unlock the mystery trials. Each character had many options. For example, Daigo could also shoot arrows from far, sniping. The storyline, betrayal, politics. This game was all about politics and this gathering of nomad conquest for the Liberation Army. The story itself was a bit peculiar, but the characters, look at them wiggle in the strategy RPG madness. My goodness, some of the levels were absolutely insanely hard. That evil Magnus, that bloody jailer in the cell, the one where Clint is exposed to magic on all sides and gets absolutely nuked, and the main villain's called Dolph Ziggler. But seriously though, this game introduced me to the OP AoE magic magician class. Basically, Zoha or Eleni, that little blonde ditzy blonde, they could nuke the map with phase shift with the powerful salamander magic, and you'd be wiping out multiple enemies' HP all in one go. The fact that magic beats armor, arrows, archery beat air units, demolish, swordsman, all-arounders. You've got the monk class who's a hybrid between slashing you with the fists and healing. You've got the healer class who's essential. Oh my god, people who change Huxley Hobes into a monk, what are you doing? Anyway, this game was incredibly innovative for its time, and the units were very, very unique. And I know everyone knows this game for that ridiculous blood splattering when you absolutely destroy your enemy unit, but seriously, another thing this game should be known for is the most broken attack in gaming history, not just JRPG, in gaming history. If you unlock the exclusive Vandalier class by doing all the Trials of Torah, you get Plasma Wave, which is Kane's signature move, Evil Kane, and what it does is it targets the whole map and blows everything up. You can literally just stand there, cast after cast, and blow everything up without moving. And now we reach the final 4. Conspicuous by its absence, you might have noticed the lack of the Genzo Suikoden series. And not to disappoint you, in 4th place, Genzo Suikoden 5. Not until the announcement of Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes had I been as excited for a trailer and game announcement. Genzo Suikoden 5 timely released just as I was starting university in Canterbury. My goodness, the wait was excruciating. I completed Suikoden 4, and whilst it was a good standalone RPG game, it just didn't give me that overall Suikoden vibe that I needed. And therefore, when Suikoden 5 hit, in the Kingdom of Falena, the Water Kingdom, like Atlantis, with all of the protagonist's allies reappearing like Jean and Vicky and Lorelei and Killy. Wow, this was it. We're back to the good times, baby. The hero Farouche, what a weird name, but George Prime as his protector. When he's there, you know everything's gonna be okay. We finally were gonna find out how George Prime killed the Queen of Falena. The story was tragic, was captive, was emotional. The music brought me back to the good old days of the classic Suikodens. And this Kingdom of Falena, the Dawn Rune, the Sun Rune, the Dusk Rune, intertwining with each other, it truly felt like a homage to the series that I know and I love. The party members were amazing, the skill system was awesome, back to 6 characters. What were you doing, number 4? What were you doing? For any fan that wants to get into the Suikoden series, this chronologically was much before number 1 and number 2, and number 3 as well. So you could do this one because this one has the most advanced graphics. Suikoden 5, great standalone game as well. Get into it, the series is absolutely amazing with HD remake of number 1 and 2 coming out later this year. Suikoden 5 in the top 4. And before we get into the top 3, I want to give a special shout out to some games that influenced my life that didn't quite make the list. The original Octopath Traveler, the difficulty was out of this world, but the music was absolutely banging. 2D, 3D, back in real effect, showed the world that there's still popular demand for it. Triangle Strategy, what a great game as well. Scales of Conviction, really enjoyed that game. Disgaea 3, that was my first Disgaea, really enjoyed that as well. Speaking of number 3, Genzo Suikoden 3, that was amazing to me as well. Didn't quite make the list, but I do love me some Suikoden. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, there's a lot of 3s here. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I've only completed one path, but that was really fun. Actually, it was my first mainline Fire Emblem game. Playing Engage right now. I played Claude's Route, by the way, Golden Eagle. Without further ado, number 3, it's a Mario! Wait a minute, Nintendo Direct, Super Mario RPG, Remake? Yes! It's top 3, baby! This game, wow. I was born and bred in Cambridge, UK, had a Super Nintendo, SNES, UK version. My dad owned the first ever import gaming store, Tars Video Games in Cambridge back in the day. I worked there since I was about 4 years old. We had an American Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, American version. Super Mario RPG came to my household. All my cousins came over to my house to play every single week. This game was OP. That Yoshi little racing game, that little castle, that, what's his name? Booster's castle. I love that castle. It was crazy. It was intense. Gino. Super Mario RPG. It is the only game for me. Then I find out I'm stuck in Gino's maze, something like that, right? I love this game, that little caterpillar. Was it Game Guy's Casino? What else am I thinking of? Bowser in your party? Mallow. Was he a frog? He wasn't a frog, was he? Can't remember what it was. It's got everything you want in this game. It's so fun, it's so colourful, so bubbly. It's one of those games you don't take seriously. One part of it, right? The ship thing where you have to click the letters and you have to spell Pearl, I believe. But it didn't work. But I was only very young at the time and I got it in the wrong order. That's why I wouldn't open. Another thing was, you know, you got to go with Bowser to knock open that wedding door for Booster. He goes pong on the door. I didn't know how to do that. I spent like 5 hours wandering around the world thinking, what do I need to do? Bowser's just going berserk, shelling that door. What a great game. The music, memorable. It's one of those games you can just pick up and you never ever get bored of it. It's so funny, it's so fun. The weapons, hammer, knock knock shell, slap, parasol, laser. It's got everything. Top 3, Super Mario RPG. Played a remake. It's genius, absolute genius. And in second place, you probably guessed it, the game that started it all, Genzo Suikoden I. There are just so many iconic things in this game, I do not even know where to begin. Just the mentions of the 108 Stars of Destiny, the 27 True Runes, the Soul Eater, Termagdol. For its time, this was an absolute epic. How could you have so many characters recruitable, a castle that you can build and upgrade over time? It's people against people, man in a war protecting his hometown. The characters are fleshed out, the background, the story, the music, everything about it makes you feel alive in the world of the Liberation Army trying to overthrow a corrupt empire. All of the enemies have their own portrait, their own agenda, their own schemes to get ahead. But they are doing it for their loved ones, their hometown. There's reasons for their actions. This game helped me to understand while I was growing up that there's consequences for your actions, and if you make a choice and follow through, there are rewards, consequences, achievements, destiny, threads of fate. Everything you do changes the direction of your story, and it really is your story. And through your actions and your determination, you can achieve anything, including making a YouTube account, going to Japan and capturing a Japanese princess to make my own. No, but seriously, Miki Higashino did absolutely a fantastic job. This set the absolute mood and tone for all the music in all the series to come. The theme of a moonlit night, Warrior's Village, the ability to build your own castle, recruit 108 Stars of Destiny to your cause, equipping runes, elemental runes, true runes. Each character, no matter how much of a role they play in the actual story, have a background story. You can relate to the characters. It's human against human, not against some monstrosity. Different weapons you can forge and upgrade. The inventory system, obviously, having to put everything together wasn't ideal, but they kind of remixed that and done it properly in Suikoden 2. But then again, this was the start of everything. Without this game, this fan base, this community, all these memories, all these emotions wouldn't exist. And for the sheer fact that we owe everything that was to follow from this game, this is why I ranked this as number 2. This laid the foundation for a sequel that would turn out to be probably the greatest game ever made, JRPG or regardless. The story compels you, brings you back into a time when all you had was each other. Raised by Grandpa Genkaku in a highland village, away from the army that you dedicated your life to protect. Betrayal, trust, love, tragedy, everything that you ever wanted in a game, in a story, in a character, in someone to follow, in someone to believe in. The hero who beat Solon G in the uprising, mounted a flank attack against all odds. This game is perfection. A 10 out of 10 that will last the ages. No wonder everybody is hyped for the remake of Genzo Suikoden 1 and 2. The best villain in any series ever. How badass was Luca Blight? The music is a 4 CD OST. Miki Higashino reappears again and creates an absolute masterpiece. The music absolutely evokes all the right feels, from a farm village to a riverside village, 2 rivers in fact. You've got beautiful soundtracks, even a mining village. All the things you want to hear in a new rendition, such as the theme of a moonlit night in a jail cell. What can you say about this game? All of the towns are bustling with spirit, with virality. Absolutely incredibly drafted from conception, from start to finish. There is no letdown in pace. The characters are absolutely beautifully designed and very unique. 108 Stars of Destiny, including a quest that you have to do within a certain time limit, no matter how frustrating. backstory upon backstory, different animals you can recruit with a sound orb. So many minigames, probably the best minigames in any gaming series ever. That cooking game, my goodness, climbing the wall, rolling the dice. This game had absolutely everything. If you haven't played Suikoden yet, what are you waiting for? I know what you're waiting for, the HD remake. But when it comes out, get onto it as soon as possible. And if you carried on your save data, Gremio and McDowell can appear in this game too, making it all the more special. And that village, Rokaku Village, the secret little village of the ninja between Toran Republic Gregminster and your hometown, Suikoden 2. Find it if you can. This game, absolute perfection. Suikoden 2, top of the listings, the best Suikoden game, the best game ever. Much love, love forever. The only thing that could ever top this is the announcement of Genza Suikoden 6, but I don't want 6 to be the last installment. They got to make a 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do them all. Hey everyone, it's your boy the Miyazaki man Sai, and I'm finally getting through to sorting all of the exclusive goodies. I've spent thousands and thousands of pounds collecting unboxed trading card game. I think there's like 12 packs in here. Open them up soon. Got about 50 of these books now. Original Suikoden PlayStation magazines. They're like from 2002. For my recent trip to the Suikoden Harmonic Orchestra in Tokyo, I've got 2 of every poster to give away, guys. Oh, very nice. Best way to find out: join the channel, subscribe, join the Discord as well. There's a good chat there. Till next time, Stars of Destiny, keep on shining. Special shout out to all the patrons supporting this channel: Ultimate Sakura, Zygo Gaming, Tendai, The Gaming Shelf, Captain Haz, David Vince, Master Lua, Rondi, Chino, Penguino, Sophia P, Sufficient Yogurt, Mark C, James White, Cobin Trey, T, Don P, Alex M, Ash W, Suntan, Superman. Next could be you. RPG goodies for everyone. JRPG forever.